I mentioned this Delaware River Watershed initiative a little bit ago, and I think it was referenced also by Dennis and Mara. And we want to again thank and acknowledge Claire Villages here from the William Penn Foundation. But there's a bunch of us who are working together on an initiative that focuses, here the picture is the tidal portion of the Delaware River, which is in fact one of the largest freshwater estuaries in the world. Someone else is going to have to click these slides for me, so Jeff, it's a work. Right. So the Delaware River Basin, of which, of course, the Wissahickon is one little tiny sliver down here, is actually 4 states. We like to talk about the fact that 15 million people derive their drinking water from this basin. Again, this crowd being who you are, you already know that a lot of those people don't even live in the basin. Many of them live in New York City, where they're literally drinking water that is so pure coming out of the very headwaters that it barely requires treatment. What the William Penn Foundation set out as its goal was to, in a 10-year initiative, to try to actually have measurable, demonstrable improvement in water quality. And a bunch of us have been tasked to actually accomplish that with 8 cluster groups defined in different watersheds. Now, I haven't actually seen these slides. I'm hoping the next one, okay, the next one starts to hint at the cluster groups, but we're not, yeah, there they are. They are actually named, though it's not the usual map that I see. So there are actually 8 of these cluster groups that were identified. Yeah, let's go, we'll stay there for a moment. Back one more time. Stay there for a moment. And you can see that these are all throughout the watershed. And so part of the story that you're seeing on this map is that some of the watershed clusters selected have more of a conservation set of objectives and goals. So conservation being protection of the existing resources to actually make sure that that clean water that we rely on downstream continues to come our way. At least one, the Kirkwood-Cohansey, is actually very much about an aquifer and protection of that. And now if we go to the next slide, you'll see a kind of squiggly thing that's actually us, which is the Philly upstream suburban watershed cluster. And the reason for the division between the city and the upstream cluster, actually the upstream cluster is in many ways a strategy that supports what's happening in Philadelphia, but there's already this significant investment occurring in the city. So we're focused upstream. I have the privilege of helping to coordinate a group of incredible professionals from a variety of these watersheds. So this map is a little hard to work with, but I'll basically indicate that over on the lower side of the Schuylkill, where you see the word Schuylkill, Lower Merion Conservancy is part of our group. As you're working your way up around, we have the Wissahickon Valley Watershed Association. We have the TTF Watershed Partnership. We have the Pennypack Ecological Restoration Trust. And then for the Pequessing, the Friends of the Pequessing. And then we have a ton of expertise on our team, which includes Dr. Featherstone and the Center for Sustainable Communities, as well as Villanova University working with us. So it's a really illustrious group of people, and we need a lot of smarts because our goal, you might have guessed by now, is restoration of this watershed. And again, it's no easy task. It's pretty technical and complicated.